G'day LinkedIn, it looks like I am coming through live. I'm live on YouTube and also Periscope now as well. Now I have been trialing this, so please bear with me for a couple more goes. I'm just trying to get the best setup for the resolution of my screen. So Tuesday morning here in Melbourne, coming to you live, where I'm just going to run through something that's been pretty popular actually, and something that needs a lot more awareness, and that's around an add-in for Outlook called FindTime. So I'm just going to go through how that is all set up, and that's going to mean me sharing my screen, a couple of different windows, so it's going to give me a good indication. If you are tuning in, I'd love you to just let me know what the quality is, especially on your PC. So it comes through pretty well on mobile, but during the screen sharing, when you're looking at it on a PC, I'm just keen to see what the resolution is like, or the quality is like there. G'day Push-Up, I hope that I've pronounced that right. Good to see you joining, hooking in. Mate, are you, looks like you're out of New Zealand, so you're just starting your day, which is good. Hopefully you can stay on and you can just give me some feedback if you're on your especially if you're on your PC. I'm just keen to get this down pat, so I can bring you some more value in these live sessions. So what I'm going to do now is, we've got a couple of people coming online now, so that's good. Hopefully on some PCs. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flick over to a screen, and that should come through, and we should be seeing an Outlook window for Megan, and I'm just going to wait for that to come through. Push up if you can just let me know how that's coming through. Now FindTime is a really good add-in, and it is going to save you a hell of a lot of time. I did post a couple of images, and I did try this again last night, and I'll do it again. It's just really testing this screen, the quality of this screen. Now Push-Up, I think we've got a couple of people, Williams on. G'day Will, how are you mate? And also Michael. Now, are you able to read and the quality of that Push-Up on your PC? How's that coming through? Be great if others are on their PC, just to let me know how that goes. I'm going to continue on anyway, and just let me know in the comments. I can see the comments coming through. It's just that on my screen it's just looking a bit ordinary. Anyway, with FindTime, what we can do, and what it does do, is allow us to schedule those meetings with a number of people really easily without the need to go backwards and forwards with emails. So first of all, what I'm going to do is we're just going to add FindTime into Outlook. So I'm in the browser here. Thanks, Will. Yeah, I have got that feedback as well. It looks great on mobile, but I'm a little bit, I'm not 100% sure how it's looking on desktop. Hey, Push-Up, if you can, would you mind taking a couple of screenshots for me? And you can email. Would you mind emailing those to me? It's daniel@danielanderson.com.au. Let me just pop that in the chat window for you. I'd love to just get you to grab a couple of screenshots of the quality of the desktop sharing. Alright, so let's continue on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add FindTime to Outlook. Now let me just jump in here. I'm just going to start up a new message. And down on these three little dots, ellipses, however you want to call them, well, I'm going to click this and I'm going to get the add-on first. So that's the first step that we need to do. So I'm just going to search the add-ins here, for FindTime. Nice and easy, and we're just going to add that. So that's now adding FindTime to Outlook for me. All right, and it's going to pin it to the email and the calendar items for easier access. All right, I'm just going to close these down. Now what's going to happen is I can now send an email to, I'm just going to send it to Alex. Let's just give it a title of Catch Up Time. And let's just do a body. Organize a time to catch up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select FindTime. So we're going to create a FindTime meeting poll. All right. So now what's happening here on the right hand side is that FindTime has appeared, and I'm just going to untick work hours. We could just limit it to work hours if we want, and I'm just going to change it to my time zone, which is Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney, and it's +10. There we go. We've just come out of daylight savings, and I'm just on the 9th. Let's change it to, what's the date today? Today's the 7th. I'm going to change it to the 8th, which is tomorrow, and I'm just going to choose a couple of times. So we'll choose 2, 3, and 4, and we'll go next. Now, the good thing about this is it's going to schedule a Microsoft Teams meeting automatically for me. So if I keep this tick box on, it's going to schedule that meeting for me automatically. Now, we can see here that we've got notifications turned on, we've got auto scheduling turned on, so that means that when somebody picks a time that is good for them, that will auto schedule that meeting for us and pop it into calendars without me even having to do anything. All right, so that's really good. Now, the other thing here is holds. Now, what happens with this setting here is that it's going to hold any of those times that I've selected. It's going to hold those times in my calendar so that I know not to book anything else over the top of that. Okay. If we keep scrolling down, there's the times that I've selected, and I'm just going to insert that into my email, and now we are all done. So that's now inserted a poll into the email. I'm just going to send that across now to Alex. Okay, now I'm just going to change my screen here, and I'm going to flick over and capture Alex's screen, and let's display that. Now we're in here with Alex. Now we're in Teams. I'm just going to jump in and open up his email. So we'll jump in here. We'll open up Outlook. You can see here that I've got the invite from Megan. It's coming through here. Now what Alex can do now is he can click on this select options button, and he can now select from the times that he wants. Now, because he's in a different time zone, it's changed the times accordingly. Now, we've got three options here. We can either select yes, prefer, yes or no. So obviously preferred is the one that he really, really wants, but he can say yes to other times, and that means he's still available. So if there was multiple people, then if there was two people and two people chose yes, then that would automatically, for that time slot, that would automatically schedule that in. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to prefer 9 o'clock, I'm going to go yes, and I'm going to go no, and we'll just vote on that. So that's now voted. Alex has put in his preferred times. Now, what we're going to see here is, now I'm just going to flick back over to Megan's, and let's have a look at what happens in Megan's email inbox here. So what we'll see here is that we'll see that Megan's now received 2 emails. So first one is to say that an attendee has voted, and we can see the options here. So you can see here that Alex has preferred the first option. He still said yes to the second, but he said no to the third. All right. Now, the second email that came through saying that the meeting has been finalised and FindTime has already arranged that meeting based on the attendees' votes. Okay. Hopefully this is still coming through, guys. Just give me a shout out in the comments on LinkedIn here. The quality that I'm looking at through the live stream on LinkedIn isn't great, so be interested to know what it's like from your end. So thanks for you guys that are on. There's quite a few coming on board now. So that's the second one that's come through for Megan. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump back over to Alex's email now, and let's have a look and see what's come through here. So as we kept that the auto scheduling option on, you can see now that Megan automatically, what FindTime has done, has sent out a meeting invite without having to do anything. Now, what we're going to do here is from Alex, we're going to RSVP and we're going to say, yes, we can do that. So now schedules are in, it's in the calendar, and I'll just flick back over to Megan's. And Megan's, what will happen now is with Megan's one, she will now have the accepted, let me just flick over to her screen. So we can see here now that Alex has now accepted that invite and the meeting has all been done. All right. So all of that has been done using FindTime. So we've sent a meeting poll out. We've kept the auto scheduling on, which means that that the meeting is going to be automatically scheduled for us without us even doing anything. So we've set the poll out. People can vote on that, find the right time that suits them, and based on those votes, it's going to automatically schedule that meeting, pop it into calendars, and it just makes things a lot easier for everybody involved to find that right time to schedule that meeting. So amazing add-in, one of my favorites at the moment, and I'm really sure. Well, I guess I'm amazed at how people are not using that because of how good that is. So executive assistants, CEOs, project managers, all those type of use cases where people are scheduling a lot of meetings. Especially it does work externally as well, and what's really good about it is that I can just send that out. I don't even have to think about it then, and then people are going to be able to vote and find that time. So, hey Chris, how are you? From Outsourced IT, quality's not an issue. So Chris, are you on a PC? Yes, well it does work on the desktop app also. What I might do, let me just, I do have an Outlook profile that's set up here on my PC for Alex. I'll just see if it's still operational. So just bear with me for a sec while I set all this up, and I can quickly show you that. I'll just grab the password for my demo tenant. Just give me a sec. Early in the morning, so I need my coffee. All right. So I've just opened up Outlook here, and let's see if we can switch windows. You put me on the spot here, Will. So let me just do that, and let me flick over to window capture in OBS, and I'm going to jump into Outlook, and what do you know, we now have the Outlook client. Perfect. All right, so hopefully that's coming through. Now I'm logged in as Alex here, and what we might do now is let's go to this Get Add-in section here, Now we added it for Megan before, so I'm going to do it the other way. So let's go to, again, we'll go to FindTime, and you can see here that we can add that. So what I've done there, I've opened up the Outlook desktop client, and iPhone in the UK. Thanks, mate. Now, again, I'm in the Outlook client. I've got get the add-ins function here, also in the desktop client, similar to the online. All right, so I'm just going to search for FindTime. We'll jump in here. Let's add that here. So we'll continue, follow the bouncing ball, and now that's been added to the Outlook client. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go new. And now what's happened is I've lost that capture because I've now opened up a new window. So just let me get this window changed across for you. And let's just change the window capture to new message, and we should be seeing the new email message here. So what we can see here is I'm starting up a new message. I'm just going to send this to Megan, and now we've got this meeting poll option inside the desktop client as well. So what we can do here is we can click on the new meeting poll for FindTime. That's going to slide out from the right hand side this time, and I've got the same options as I did previously in the web version. All right, so I've now got the option to select my times. I can click next. Same settings here, Teams meeting, all the notifications, insert it into the email, and let's now go to give it a title. We'll just hit send. Now that's just gone black, so we'll now just flick over to the new window capture for Megan, and that will now have that invite that's just come through from Alex. Now let me just jump into Megan's window here. So we've got FindTime, and you'll notice here that now Megan has got the option to select from there. So that's all being done from that desktop client. We're also available for both, and so that Outlook add-in in the store, both for the desktop client and for the online version. So hopefully that covers that for you, mate. Now from all reports so far, I've got a couple of comments from a few people, a few direct messages. So I'm hoping that has come through really well for everybody in terms of the quality of that screen share. Now I'm going to be doing a lot more live sessions and live shows where I'm going to be bringing on other guests and other people from around the world, so we can share our insights, tips, tricks, and just have a chat about the state of everything, and hopefully it's to bring you some more value. A lot of us are in lockdown of some state, and just trying to bring as much value to make things a lot easier for all of you out there. So thanks for tuning in. Another test done. It'd be great if you can flick me either just email me directly. I've just posted my email address in the comments there. If any of you managed to grab any screenshots or anything like that, that would be great if you could send those through. I'm just really keen to see what the quality is like on the desktop. I know the phone's good, but just on the desktop would be great. So I hope if your day is just starting out, I hope your day it goes well. I'm going to re-record this anyway as a screencast and post that as well. So we'll get that up and running. I'll do that in a second, and I'll post that out to LinkedIn. You can share that or grab that as well. All right. So I hope your day goes well, and I will see you next time, whether it's live or on a screencast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it, and I'll sign out. Thanks.